Good morning. It's 6:46 on this Thursday morning. I'm Jason Taktagian.
And I'm Maggie Warren.
And we'll get things going with a look at the weather. Again, keeping an eye on the temperatures slowly rising as the day progresses, but also the fog outside.
Yeah, we're seeing that fog clear up in some spots, but not all. And we are still seeing chilly temperatures as we see those continuing to rise, though, through the morning into the mid-20s, some upper 20s through our lunch hour. But we do hang on to that cloud cover, ultimately reaching those highs into the mid-30s for us. So touch warmer than the past several days. 35 that expected high here in Sioux City, and then some lower 30s up towards Yankton and Vermilion, where they did see more in the way of snowfall, but you have a little bit of a warm up on the way towards the end of the extended forecast. More on that in my 9 on 9 forecast. Jason?
Alrighty, thank you, Maggie. Now, to combat vaccine hesitancy, one coalition is bringing together more than 600 medical professionals here in Iowa. According to the Iowa Department of Public Health, only 30% of Iowans received a flu shot this year, and about 10% have the most recent COVID-19 booster. Now, vaccine hesitancy caused by misinformation during the pandemic may have affected Iowa vaccination rates, and not just for seasonal illnesses. That's where this group comes in. Iowa Immunizes is a coalition that was formed in late 2019, and they say they're dedicated to providing education on vaccines.
We have over 600 members. We have over 100 organizations that work with us on this coalition to make sure that people have the most accurate and scientific-based information in a format that's easy for them to understand. And when you can speak as a coalition rather than just an individual, that just amplifies your voice so much more.
Right now, they're encouraging people to talk to their primary care providers to find out if they're behind on any vaccines and to talk about any hesitancy people may have about getting them. And it's time to meet today's Stray of the Day. Every day we share a pet picked up by Sioux City Animal Adoption and Rescue who's waiting to go home.
That's right, and this is Everest. He is a 6 to 9 month old domestic short-haired tabby cat. He was found on the 1800 block of Riverside Boulevard, and he loves to play and snuggle. Everest is up for adoption now.
And if you've lost your pet, you're looking to adopt, or you'd like to sponsor a pet for adoption, you can visit the rescue's website. That's at SiouxCityAnimalRescue.com. And again, very honorable, and something definitely worth noting is just, how much we do work with the Sioux City Animal Adoption Rescue Center and getting animals, pets, maybe it could be your next pet, a forever home.
Yeah, and that little dude is a very cute cat that is very well deserving of a good home.
Named after the tallest mountain in the world.
We'll find the tallest mountain in the world too and find a new home.
Yeah. Now let's talk about the weather, because again, we are keeping an eye on the temperatures, the fog, but also just keeping an eye on how the rest of the week is going to shape out. If we're going to see any sort of warming up, any more melting, what's basically going to be the trend?
We're going to see more in the way of sunshine tomorrow, which should help with some of that melting as well. But for right now, looking cloudy over there, you can see some fog lifting over downtown Sioux City right now. Not nearly as foggy as at the start of the show this morning, but still seeing a little bit of that haze in the sky on the Port Neal Welding Ho-Chunk Center camera. Out at Sioux Gateway Airport, though, down to 0 mile visibility, back up to 3.8 miles in Wayne, down to 1 mile in Norfolk, and still at 0 in West Point, but showing some improvement up there towards Orange City. And then as you head to the east, looking at those visibilities, not really impacted at all, but do have a dense fog advisory in place that does include Woodbury County and a good portion of far western northwest Iowa, and then also into our westernmost communities there. But temperatures in the 20s right now. Also could see issues with some freezing fog, so just take it easy, pack that patience out there as you're heading out on the roads. 23 here in Sioux City, that current temperature, and looking at a high of 35 today. With that morning fog burning off, we see cloudy conditions continue, but might see some late day clearing, those winds gusting upwards of 25 miles an hour at times. And then we see those temperatures fall to about 21 overnight, 33 for our Friday. So a little cooler than today with sunshine building back in those. So going to feel pretty good out there on our Friday. See some melting as well, 32 for Saturday. Some cloud cover building back in, heading into the New Year's holiday, though. Clearing skies back out, temperatures dropping back into those mid-20s, 30 for Tuesday with more sunshine, and then that cloud cover just building back in, heading into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday towards the end of the 9 on 9 forecast. But looking at a bit of a warm up into the end of the 9 on 9, could see temperatures nearing 40 by next Friday, Jason.
Alrighty, thank you, Maggie. And we now turn to sports, where we take a look back at what happened in Siouxland sports throughout the last year. And Noah Sacco has the details in your morning sports wrap.
Good morning, Siouxland. Each year brings new memories, and through all the tears, jeers, and smiles, 2023 was one for the books throughout our Siouxland sports scene as we take a look back at its best moments from the winter season for part one of our Sports Zone Year in Review. The winter of 2023 had seasons to remember for Siouxlanders, and it started on the mats. Among 6 state finalists, 3 got the gold. Akron Westfield's Kale Morrow at 113 pounds, a 40-win season via Mikey Baker of West Sioux at 145, and third time was the charm for Westwood's Jackson DeWald, who capped an unbeaten season with the 195 crown. But dreams became reality in Coralville with the first ever sanctioned IGHSAU Girls Wrestling State Tournament. Siouxland sent 3 state finalists as Spencer's Olivia Huckfeld stole the spotlight in 235. Pinning her way through the season and to her first ever sanctioned state crown, a historic win for a Tiger who's been an inspiration to many young girls.
It feels awesome. I knew I could do it, and then my dream finally came true today. Being the first ever champion at 235. Just words cannot explain how happy I am.
In South Dakota, a trio of third-place finishes followed between Vermilion and Elk Point Jefferson. Meanwhile, the titles kept on coming in Nebraska. 10 state champions shared between the boys and girls in various weight classes as Crofton Bloomfield's Robbie Fisher and Plainview's Tanner Fromm won back-to-back rounds, and the South Sioux City girls flexed their muscles once more. Yohali Quinones defended her title in 155, while Melissa De La Torre joined her in 235. Strong showings towards the Cardinals claiming back-to-back team state championships. South Sioux City continues to be a special place for female wrestlers.
I'm so happy. I'm really, really grateful. I think this is more special because it's my senior year, and so I ended in a good note.
On the ice, the Sioux City Musketeers skated under new leadership in first-year head coach Jason Kersner, finishing second in the Western Conference before exiting in the first round of the Clark Cup playoffs. But not before Ryan Conmee became the first Muskie rookie to net 30 goals since the 1998-99 season. In the GPAC slate, Briarcliff, Northwestern, Morningside, and Dordt women all made the NAI National Tournament following the Chargers' first GPAC tournament title. For the men, Morningside, Dordt, and Northwestern advanced to the National Tournament field, while Trent Miller of Morningside won the GPAC Coach of the Year for the Mustangs. Back to high school, Siouxland sent 8 girls teams to the well, with Newell Fauna and Central Lyon ending as state runners-up. But it was Sioux Center who stood tall in 3A, using a late-game push to claim the program's first state title in program history.
This is just a dream come true. Yeah, not many words besides I love the game, I love my team, I love my coaches. The fan base was insane, so just being able to do this with them has made it 10 times sweeter. More
hardware to hand out for the boys. 4 state qualifiers tripping to Des Moines, with Repton St. Mary's and Bishop Heelan ending their runs in the semifinals. But sparks flew in the 2A championship, featuring an all-Siouxland showdown for the 3rd straight year, with Central Line and Western Christian as the Lions race towards their first ever state title.
It's an amazing feeling. I've been grateful to have it 2 sports in a row, and it's the best feeling you could ever have. Do it with these guys, with this team.
Titles trickled over into Nebraska. Out of 4 Siouxland qualifiers, Wynot boys ended as the D2 state runners-up, while the Wynot girls ended as the D2 state runners-up among 7 Siouxland contenders. But the Pender girls finished the job in the C2 state final, downing Oakland Craig for the Pendragons' first state crown since 2013.
It was a matter of us just stepping up to the table and making sure that we bring our A game too when it comes to effort. And gosh, they did that like crazy today.
Ending in South Dakota, Elk Point Jefferson boys settled for a 4th place finish, but not before a buzzer beater from Devin Schmidt in the state quarterfinals. Dakota Valley, though, left the biggest mark. Battling back from a halftime deficit in the Class A title game, the Panthers powered towards back-to-back state crowns in back-to-back perfect seasons, cementing a Class A state record 53-game win streak that's currently still going, etching their names even further into hoops history.
So much fun, best 2 years of my life, and I couldn't ask for anything better. We worked super hard just to get here. hard, even that second round against T. We didn't know after that first half, we were just exhausted, but we kept fighting, and I mean, this says it all right here.
That's your check at sports. You stay classy, Siouxland.
Now let's take a look at this morning's top stories, what you need to know before you go. Dordt University is pulling the plug on a January 5th appearance on campus by former President Donald Trump. The front-running GOP presidential candidate was scheduled to be in Sioux Center for a Commit to Caucus event at the university's campus center just 10 days before next year's Iowa caucus. Iowa State Representative and Dordt faculty member Dr. Jeff Taylor confirmed to KCAU that he had been working as a liaison between the university and Trump's campaign. Taylor told us that the decision to not host the Trump event was made last Friday by Dordt administrators. The event is still included on the Trump campaign website in Sioux Center, but with no specific location or where the rally will be at. We were unable to reach the Trump campaign for comment. And Trump previously campaigned at Dordt ahead of the Iowa caucuses in January of 2016. During that event, he made headlines while talking about his popularity in Iowa, saying, quote, "I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay?" End quote. Despite bone-chilling temperatures, the event drew both supporters and opponents to the Dordt campus. And like this year, Trump had a double-digit lead in Iowa in 2016, but ended up losing to Ted Cruz on caucus night. And some wild turkeys have been feasting on takeout meals over the holidays in the largest city in South Dakota. The turkeys have been strolling the drive-thru at a fast food, gobbling up discarded food like French fries and buns, and the big birds have become such a feathery fixture that the staff have even named some of them. There's Tommy, Tim, Terry, Tammy. You get the idea. Names that all start with the letter T. The turkeys have been showing up at the Arby's for the past couple of years and are described as being friendly towards humans, but can ruffle the feathers of their fellow turkeys when it comes to fighting over food. Oh, to be a turkey. Well, let's talk about the weather just to kind of round things off today and get you guys going for the rest of your Thursday.
Yeah, we have that dense fog advisory in place through 10 a.m. this morning. Those visibilities dropping below a quarter mile at times could create some hazardous travel as you head out this morning. That goes for much of Siouxland. And then let's take a look at that 9-on-9 forecast. We see cloudy conditions today, that high reaching 35. Sunshine for our Friday, looking at a high of 33, so just a touch cooler. And as we head into the weekend, we see those temperatures drop, especially as we head towards the New Year's holiday. 2024 opening on a colder note with a high of about 26 for Monday, but sunshine and sunshine for Tuesday before we drop temperatures again for midweek next week, with adding a bit more cloud cover and those temperatures into those mid and upper 30s by next Friday. So looking at a decent 9-on-9 forecast, pretty quiet and dry 9-on-9 forecast too, not looking at any winter storms like we were this time last week.
Right, and definitely for those that are going to be doing fireworks as well, that night's going to be pretty chilly too.
Yeah, yeah. Luckily it'll be sunny though, or clear though, not sunny at night. But
there you go. Well, thank you, Maggie. That's it for Good Day Siouxland. Join us for the midday at 11:30 for the latest news and weather.